Good evening. Good evening. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Blitzball Champ Gaming. And we have another live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Well, folks, the day slowly approaches. Hey, what's good, Jeff R? What's good? Welcome to the stream. It's almost game time, y'all. It's almost game time. Right around the corner this Sunday. Week 1 will be upon us. Last season's in the books. Preseason's in the books. It's now time to get started. It's time to go to work. And let's see what this team is really made of for this season. We're coming off 2 back-to-back 5-win seasons under Coach Matt Rule. Will we see the same this year? Who knows? But it's time to go to work. And we will go start work by opening up this Sunday at home, Bank of America Stadium, against the Cleveland Dukies. Baker Mayfield's former team. Whew, can you feel it? Can you feel the excitement? Can you feel the tension? Can you feel the pressure? All of the above. Can you feel it? I know I sure can. Tonight, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive in and really take a look at this matchup and come to a conclusion of what this Carolina Panthers keep pounding, cardiac cats, whatever you want to call them, have to do to win this game. Jeff R says, I can't believe it's almost game time. Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. So, the Carolina Panthers taking on the Cleveland Dukies. Looking at this matchup predictor, 62.7% in favor of the Browns, 36.9% in favor of the Panthers, and a 0.4% chance of a tie. Now, from what I'm hearing from a lot of the different analysts, I've been hearing it's kind of split. Yeah, John Elite. Yeah, Baker Mayfield facing his former team. First game of the season. Indeed. So, according to ESPN, Cleveland Browns have a few players on the injury report as of now. Defensive tackle Perion Winfrey, offensive tackle Chris Hubert, offensive tackle Jack Conklin. And I know we have a few folks, I believe, that are questionable. I know, lastly, on ESPN, Robbie Anderson was listed as questionable. Giovanni Ricci, Derek Brown, Amari Barno were listed as questionable. Hey, Chevy Cuts, welcome to the stream. Mayfield throws for 300 plus yards. Oh, that's your prediction? That would really, really be great. That would really be great. So, looking at this matchup, we got to keep it real. This is going to be a tough game. This will not be a gimme. We got to look at what the Browns have. We have to also remember the Browns are coming off an 8-9 season. They finished third in the AFC North, which they did a lot better than us. And we know for sure that Jacoby Brissette will be starting for the Cleveland Browns at quarterback. Couple of things to note. The 1-2 punch combination at running back of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. We cannot underestimate that, because one of the things that we still struggle with on defense is stopping the run. And they got a 1-2 punch combination at running back. So it is crucial. It is very crucial that we stop the run. Because we got to remember, Nick Chubb had a great season last year. I mean, he ran for over 1,000 yards. Actually almost 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. So he can get the job done. Kareem Hunt, I mean, I know he didn't have a whole lot of action, but put up 386 yards, still scored 5 touchdowns. So, I mean, we don't want to sleep on Kareem Hunt as well. They got a tough running game. Really tough running game. So we have to really key in on defense and stopping the run, something that we struggled with last season. We really gotta stop the run. Oh, hey, what's up, Super Treybo? Welcome to the stream. It's going well. Got the 2-bedroom townhome for $141. Owner dropped it from $144 to $141. Accepted the offer. I got 30 days to close. It'll be $700 a month. Surfside Beach, South Carolina. Congratulations! Congratulations, my friend. That's good. That's good. Glad it worked out for you. Will be good to hear from you once you're in South Carolina. Be able to watch some Carolina Panthers games. That's what's up. I'm happy for you. Very happy for you. So yeah, stopping the run is going to be very, very key in this matchup. Also, let's not sleep on the receiving game. The Cleveland Browns have a new toy in Amari Cooper, who was also productive last season. 865 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns. They got a new toy. They got a new toy. And Amari Cooper. Can't sleep on him. And of course, you got Donovan Peoples-Jones. You have David Bell, which I believe is a rookie. So they got a receiving game as well, being led by Amari Cooper. And I'm wondering, are they going to put Dante on Amari Cooper or J.C. Horn? That's going to be a big, major question. For Amari Cooper, do you put Dante Jackson on Amari Cooper, or do you put J.C. Horn on Amari Cooper? Jeff R says, I know where Surfside is. Nice area. Lots of food over there. Oh, that's what's up. I didn't even know that. So that's good to remember. That's what's up. I do love some good food. But what do y'all think? Do we put Dante Jackson on Amari Cooper, or do we put J.C. Horn on Amari Cooper? That's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting. J.C. Horn is really looking to make a statement this year. Now that he's back on the field, he seems to have recovered. Hopefully the foot won't, get any soreness or anything like that and slow him down, because we're really going to need J.C. Horn to perform this season. Oh, Jeff R says they already said D-Jack is going on Cooper. Okay, fair enough. Well, hopefully he will be able to shut him down and contain him. So I guess it looks like, oh, okay, Horn is going to be on Peoples Jones. Okay, right on. So yeah, they still definitely got the offense. We have to see if Joku will rise up this year. I mean, he did a little bit of something last year. 475 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. So he did a little something. So got to also watch that tight end position with Joku, David Joku. Let's see. And they do also have Jesse James as well, who's a veteran. Don't know how much he'll be used, but they do have him. So offense, they got a tough offense. I mean, Jacoby Brissette. I mean, last season had 1,283 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I mean, he's a backup, but at the same time, he's been able to do a little something. I know he's no Deshaun Watson, and that's fine, but we still got to go all out on defense against this offense, because like I said, they got a 1-2 combination at running back, and Amari Cooper leading the charge in the receiving core for the Browns. So a big thing for the defense, for Carolina's defense, stopping the run and really getting a good pass rush. Which also leads me to talk about our recent acquisition, this Henry Anderson. We picked up Henry Anderson, waived Davion Nixon, and then put Davion Nixon on the practice squad. Not really sure how I feel about that move, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know. What did y'all think about the acquisition of Henry Anderson? I was under the impression that Davion Nixon got a lot of praise from Matt Rule, especially being, if I remember correctly, Davion Nixon was the Big Ten defensive tackle of the year when he last played in college, I think, or something like that. So I don't know. It's just kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. I was really hoping, because I know Davion Nixon was coming off of injury. So I don't know. Like, looking at this Henry Anderson, I mean, his best season was 2018 with the Jets when he got 7 sacks. 35 total tackles, 22 of them solo. I mean, I don't know. I mean, was it really worth demoting Davion Nixon to get this guy? I don't know. But it's kind of a surprise, though. It's kind of a surprise. I really did not see that coming, but yeah. I did not see that one coming. But apparently Henry Anderson is known to be a run stopper. So I mean, we'll see. They also brought in safety Marquise Blair to the practice squad and wide receiver Preston Williams. So, made some moves there. They also released wide receiver Rashawn Henry and safety Kenny Robinson. So that was kind of interesting that they let them go after just putting them on the practice squad. But they did bring Davion Nixon back to the practice squad. Jeff R says we have went all in on stopping the run with the addition of Hoskins and McCall. Yeah, Marquand McCall. He had a good preseason, so I wasn't too surprised that he made the team. And Phil Hoskins showed flashes near the end of last season, so hopefully that'll be a good rotation. But yeah, I definitely can understand a sense of urgency to stop the run, and with this first game of the season, it's needed. It's really needed. And then with the secondary, it's going to be a lot of eyes on Shaq Thompson. Have to see if he can emerge and really lead this defense. I mean, coming from somebody that's played under Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly, I'm not saying that Shaq is bad. He's definitely not a bad linebacker, but I really feel like we could have gotten a lot more out of Shaq by now. If I can be honest, I feel like we should have a lot more out of Shaq by now. So hopefully that starts with this first game on Sunday. And then, looking at the secondary, CJ Henderson, JC Horn, Dante Jackson. Those are the first three. So hopefully they can really get going on shutting down the lights of Peoples and Amari Cooper. Now, looking at the Cleveland Browns defense, that Cleveland Browns defense, we do not want to underestimate, especially at the D-line. 1-2 combination of Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett. Coming from both sides, the O-line is really going to be tested this first week, especially Ikem Ekwonu, especially Brady Christensen. And even our newest acquisitions of Austin Corbett. I don't think Bradley Bozeman will be starting. I think it'll be Pat Elflein at center. But this O-line is going to be tested, and they're going to be tested early. Because with a continuous rush on both sides from Clowney and Garrett, Taylor Moton and Ekwonu, they are going to have their hands full. They're going to have their hands full this game. So I really hope the chemistry and everything work out. All the practicing and the improvements that Ikem Ekwonu did will work out. But our rookie first round pick, he's gonna have a big test, a big opening test. I am a little nervous. I am very nervous. Myles Garrett and a healthy Jadeveon Clowney, it's a dangerous combo. That is a dangerous combo. I'm not even going front. So the pass protection has to be on point. And also, Jeremiah Owusa Koramoah, I don't even know if I said that name correctly. Got to keep an eye on him. He's going to be dangerous as well. I know he was a rookie last season, and he's coming into his sophomore season. He's somebody to keep an eye on as well. Sion Takitaki is another one to keep our eyes on as well on defense. It looks like cornerback Denzel Ward will be on DJ Moore. Most likely he'll be on DJ Moore. And, Denzel Ward is a good cornerback. So, if anything, I'm going to have a big focus on the O-line, just with the overall blocking and pass protection. Because I believe that we do have the weapons. I believe we have the weapons at running back, and I believe we have the weapons in the receiving game, no doubt. But I think with the offense, it's going to start and end with the O-line. I mean, yes, I know that Baker Mayfield's our new quarterback. There's going to be, a lot of eyes on him and his decision-making. But I truly believe this is going to start and end with the O-line. And a lot of this offense is going to be dependent on this O-line, especially this first game. So, yeah. Now, as far as game plan for Carolina on offense, being that the O-line was built more so for the run, I think we got to get going early in the run game, but we need to use our resources. We can't put this into another Christian McCaffrey makes up for 90% of our offense. That will not cut it. We can't do that because we will, run his tank and he'll be subjected to more injury. So we have to definitely split the carries with the run game. McCaffrey, Hubbard, Foreman. We got to use our run game to its fullest. And that means everybody has to be involved. I am confident that Baker Mayfield will make good decisions. Lately, he's been known for showing up in the revenge games. So, hopefully this won't be any different for Baker Mayfield. But I think as long as he stays poised and confident, just like he was this preseason, they execute the offense. Ben McAdoo puts together a great game plan. I really believe that this offense can excel if they can execute. But they got to execute. Baker's got to get plenty of time. Baker Mayfield, continue to go through progressions. Find your targets downfield. And like I said, McCaffrey's going to be McCaffrey, but limit how many times they call his number. Now, I know Matt Rule, speaks for a lot when he says, McCaffrey is going to get his load. I mean, I don't know what that ultimately translates to, But if he's smart, he knows that the load should be limited with Christian McCaffrey. We're going to need him to make plays, but we're going to need him so that he can make plays, if that makes any sense. But I think Ben McAdoo will put together a good plan on offense. You know, even if, because I know Robbie Anderson is questionable, even if he's not able to play this Sunday, I think we'll still be fine at wide receiver. I know we picked up Chenault, who could also run out of the backfield too, so we might see a little bit of that as well. Rashard Higgins also going up against his former team as well. And then, of course, could be seeing some Shi Smith show up, get in on the action. TMJ, perhaps. So I'm not too worried about the receiving core. I'm just more focused on the O-line. I think the O-line excels. The run game will be fine. And folks will be open in the receiving game. So, but I think if I were to pick a key person on the O-line, it would definitely have to be Ikem Ekwonu taking on Myles Garrett. His first big test of his regular season NFL career. Let me ask y'all, let's get some topics going. How do y'all think Ikem Ekwonu will do against Myles Garrett? How do you think, honestly, how do you think Ekwonu will do against Myles Garrett? Let me hear you. Because I feel like that is a very pivotal matchup for this Sunday. Very pivotal matchup. So I would love to get y'all's thoughts on that matchup. And then going to talk some about the overall matchup with the D-line going up against the Cleveland Browns run game of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Because that's another big concern. Especially, I don't even know if Derek Brown, who's listed as questionable, not even sure if Derek Brown will be good to go for Sunday. So it might be a Matthew Ioannidis-led middle of the D-line. Jeff R. says Icky will win some and lose some. Yeah, and I think that's what we got to prepare for. I think he'll win some and lose some. I think we do have to prepare for that. So hopefully, because of that, hopefully the kind of adjustments will be made which could translate to plays being called to get rid of the ball quicker. Plays being called where Baker rolls out to the opposite side. But I think if anything, if the pressure is going to be crazy like I think it might be, then they're probably going to want to consider running plays where they can get the ball out quickly. Because Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney are two guys you do not want to get into a groove and just start overpowering Taylor Moton and Ikem Ekwonu. So it's a big test. It's definitely a big test. Now, on the D-line, and I guess you can include linebacker as well, stopping the run, stopping the flow of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb is going to be very important. Now, I'm not going to say that it's impossible. I mean, after all, we have to remember what we did last year in game 2 against the Saints, shutting down Alvin Kamara. So I think we're very capable of doing the same, but it's not going to be easy. May, on some plays, may have to load the box a little bit, especially given our depth at D-line. Depth at D-line, that's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. I mean, especially if Derek Brown won't be able to play, then I expect we'll see a lot of Phil Hoskins. We'll see a lot of Marquand McCall, a lot of Bravion Roy. Like I said, Matthew Ioannidis is going to have to lead the charge up the middle. Hopefully, we can get a healthy YGM. Brian Burns on the outsides. Brian Burns definitely is going to have to show up and show out. Get some good penetration on that D-line and get into the backfield. Because honestly, I expect the Browns to run the ball a lot. I don't know about y'all, but I expect the Browns to run the ball a lot. So that's my prediction, is that the Browns will run the ball a lot. So hopefully Phil Snow will have it all good and accounted for. But like I said, there will be some other exciting matchups as well. Like I said, DJ Moore, Denzel Ward, that ought to be exciting. D-Jack on Amari Cooper. CJ Henderson. We'll have to see how CJ Henderson does. CJ Henderson was a very notable player of ours that had a great camp and a great preseason. Hey, David Screws, what's up? Good to see you. How long you been on, brother? Just for about half an hour, so still pretty fresh. You got good timing. Aubrey, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Howdy, folks. Here comes Nick Chubbs. Yeah, we got to be ready for him. We got to be ready for him and Kareem Hunt. They got a 1-2 punch at running back, so we got to be ready for both. But yeah, for those that are just coming in, one of the questions that I ask: how do you feel Ike Ekwonu will do matched up with Myles Garrett? Overall, how do you think he'll do? Because I personally believe that this game starts and ends with the offensive line. And then, like I said, on defense, I think a big thing on defense is stopping the run, getting a good penetration with the pass rush. Hopefully, the depth that we have can really, it's going to have to be a team effort. Shaq. Will Shaq truly emerge this season as the leader of the defense? Because, like I said, as surprising as it may be, according to ESPN, the matchup predictor has the Browns winning. Well, I know some of the analysts have picked Carolina to win over Cleveland. I feel like it's kind of split down the middle overall. David Screw says it starts and ends with a butt whipping from the Panthers. I mean, that's what I'd love to happen. Jeff R says, overall, he'll do pretty good. This is a great test for him. We'll know after this game what kind of player we drafted in Icky. Also, how do y'all feel about the acquisition of Henry Anderson and Davion Nixon getting waived and then getting put onto the practice squad? How did y'all feel about that move? Because apparently Henry Anderson was brought in as another run stopper. So there's that. Aubrey says, I think it's going to be a close game. It probably will be a close game. It probably will be a close game. David says, Baker is going to give Cleveland a baker's dozen. Going to win by a dozen or more. I hope so. And, history has shown that Baker has been known to win the revenge game. Ever since college, he's been known to win the revenge game. So hopefully that will remain true to this day in this scenario. And of course, y'all know Baker Mayfield, he's fired up for this. He's fired up for this. He wants to beat the crap out of the Cleveland Dukies. So I expect a lot of emotion. I expect him to be somebody that pumps this crowd up. I mean, shoot. That's really the only one that I could think of, other than maybe Brian Burns or DJ Moore. But, I can't wait to see Baker Mayfield go out there all fired up, fire up this offense, and lead this offense and get some points. Now, I know this is also going to be big for, a couple of other people. Like I said, CJ Henderson. I think this year is going to be the make or break season for CJ Henderson. Rookies. There's been a lot of talks on Amari Barno, Brandon Smith. Those two notable names on defense. Brandon Smith had a great preseason. Amari Barno had a great preseason as well. So two people to keep an eye on, as far as the rookies. David says, I like the energy Baker brings. He reminds me of Cam's energy. Different player, though, but still. Yeah. And hopefully, he'll bring, a level of energy that translates in a great way. Aubrey says he pretty much knows all the plays, which will give them an edge. That's true, but Cleveland also knows Baker Mayfield. They do also know Baker Mayfield. He has been there a few seasons as well. So there's also that. And if anything, I predict they're going to continuously try to send the house at Baker Mayfield. So I'm already thinking Ben McAdoo is probably going to want to come up with some schemes to get the ball out of Baker's hands as quickly as possible. Maybe some slants, some screens. Because something tells me, being that Ikem Ekwonu is a rookie, paired up with Myles Garrett, and then you got Jadeveon Clowney on the opposite side, I have a feeling they are going to send countless blitzes. I just have that feeling. I mean, this Browns team has a 1-2 punch combination in the running game and a 1-2 punch combination on the D-line. So, whew. And then, like I said, with the with the linebackers with Cleveland, Awusa Koromoa and Taki Taki, names to look out for. Aubrey says, oh, yeah, you already know they're going to send the house after him. Jeff R says, but Jason, Cleveland only knows Baker under the Cleveland Browns system. They don't know Baker under the Panther system. And that is also a fair point as well. That is a fair point. But I'm sure they know what buttons to press. You have to also remember, Baker Mayfield is a very fiery kind of guy. They may not know the system, but they know what buttons to press. Whatever that looks like, I don't know, but they know what buttons to press when it comes to Baker Mayfield. They know what buttons to press. David says, Baker was done wrong. He brought the Browns to the playoffs in a win, which hasn't been done in 20 years. I know Watson is good, but look what he did, even played hurt last season. That is true. I mean, was it a good idea that he played hurt? Probably not. But, you know, it was unfortunate how it turned out the way it did, especially considering, you know, Baker did throw a lot of interceptions. So, but you know what? New system, new team, new weapons. I think Baker will do fine. So speaking of Baker Mayfield, what y'all thinking? 250 yards, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, perhaps a pick. What are y'all thinking? David says, there's a video on YouTube comparing Baker to Breeze. It gave me chills. You need to watch it. Wait, comparing Baker to Drew Brees? What? Interesting. Is that in a good way, or I'm actually kind of curious now. Aubrey says the Browns pretty much know all of his weaknesses. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they know which buttons to press. So that's why I feel like a big part of that is that defense. They're going to be sending the house. It could be one of those. Remember the Titans, where the coach was like, "I don't want them to gain another yard. You blitz all night." We might get that from the Cleveland Browns. Search it. It compares when Breeze was with the Chargers and switched to the Saints. Similar to, it's really similar to Baker. I'll have to check that out. Because that's actually very intriguing. Breeze had a hurt shoulder just like Baker. That is true. But yeah, what y'all got? Let's get a stat prediction for Baker Mayfield. What y'all thinking? 250, 300? Maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns, maybe a pick. I could see him tossing up 2 touchdowns. I could see him tossing up 2 touchdowns, maybe a pick. Maybe he gets, a little anxious and throws a pick. I could see him pulling off 300 to maybe even 350. Because, I mean, as far as As far as cornerback, I don't really know who else stands out other than Denzel Ward. I know they got Grant Delpit, but I think he's listed as questionable according to this report, so I don't know. David says I feel 4 touchdowns and maybe a 1 interception. Oh, 4 touch. Oh man. If Baker comes into Carolina against Cleveland and tosses up 4 touchdowns, whoo, man. That's gonna be quite a way to open this season and get a lot of eyes on the Carolina Panthers. Because we have to remember, we're opening up against the Browns. We're not opening up against the Jets. We're actually opening up against a good team. This isn't a weak team we're going up against. Even without Deshaun Watson, this is still a good team. So I really feel like if Baker can show up and show out, that's going to be big for us. Aubrey says the Browns will most definitely be pounding that rock, but I can see Baker throwing a couple of touchdowns depending on how the run game goes. Yes, I definitely agree. I expect the Browns to run the ball a lot in this game. A lot. Between Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, I expect a load of run plays. And I think as far as Carolina on offense, we got to get going strong with the run, and that'll open up the play action. David says, this has already been a long week. Already the days are so slow, so I'm pumped. I'm so pumped for this game. You and me both. It's right around the corner, too. It's right around the corner. David says, if we could stop the Browns' run game, it's over. Well, let's not sleep on the receiving game, too, because remember, they got a new toy. They got a new toy and Amari Cooper. They got a new toy. So hopefully D-Jack can really play him solid. And Donovan Peoples-Jones, J.C. Horn will be on him. So hopefully that can stop the receiving game. And let's not forget about David Njoku. They still got David Njoku who can do a little something at the tight end position. David says, we got JC and a stout back end, though. We do. I mean, the trio out of Dante Jackson, JC Horn, and CJ Henderson, I think will definitely do good. My main concern with defense is the D-line and even the linebackers. Can Shaq really blow up and be the leader on defense that we've all still been searching for? I don't think Shaq has gotten there yet. David says, don't forget about Chin. Honestly, I'm not really concerned with safety. As shocking as that may sound, I'm actually not concerned with safety. A combo like Xavier Woods and Jeremy Chin, I'm actually not that concerned at safety, to be honest with y'all. I think we got a good combo at safety. So, when it comes down to it, I think overall we should be fine at secondary. I think overall we're fine at secondary. I think D-line is definitely where our holes are at. And linebacker are where our holes are at. Now, don't get me wrong. folks like Frankie Louvu, folks like Brandon Smith. We brought in Corey Littleton, so I think we got a little something something there. I mean, we've all seen how Frankie Louvu did last year. Definitely earned the right to stay here. Brandon Smith has had a great preseason. Dude is a hard hitter, so Brandon Smith I think will come along just nicely. Looking to see how Littleton does. I think he'll do fine. I think he'll do fine. Yeah, I definitely think he'll do fine. Is Marquis starting on at defensive end? I think that's his name. From what I'm seeing on the depth chart, they actually have Brian Burns and YGM, Yetur Gross-Matos, as the starting defensive ends. But Marquise is definitely second in the rotation. And then you have Amari Barno. But yeah, according to the depth chart, Burns and YGM are the starting defensive ends. Now, what I am interested in is, because Derek Brown is questionable, will he be ready for game one? That's going to be something to look out for. Other than that, probably if Derek Brown can't go, then it's probably going to be Ioannidis and maybe Bravion Roy leading the charge in the middle. David says, I also think Cade Mays might be special. Bozeman is talking nothing but great things about him. Cade Mays had a great preseason. He had a great preseason and a great camp. And you got to remember, Cade Mays, he's versatile. He's played multiple positions on that O-line. So that can definitely come in handy. So, yeah, I definitely don't doubt great things are being said about Cade Mays. The dude had a great preseason. But I think overall, I think the game plan is pretty straightforward, y'all. I think it's pretty straightforward. So let's get some more discussion going. Overall, if y'all could pick three keys to this game that you feel translate to a win for Carolina, what would they be? For me, they would be protection on the O-line in the pass protection and blocking on the run. So O-line production. 2, stopping the run on defense. And 3, getting crazy pressure on Jacoby Brissette. Jacoby Brissette is all right, but he's not elite. He's all right, but he is not elite. So we need to get good protection. And Brian Burns, I could see leading, or not protection, penetration in the pass rush with Brian Burns leading the charge. Okay. Jeff R says ability to stop the run. Yes, agreed. Pass protection. Yes, agreed. Jeff R says Baker Mayfield's decision making. That's actually a good one to note as well. That's a good one to note as well. Baker's decision making. After all, this is his first regular season game on a new team, and he's our starter. So that's a good point. David says, looking forward to what Ben McAdoo does if we go no huddle a lot. I think it could get nasty. Does Ben McAdoo run no huddle in his system sometimes? Because get pressure on the quarterback. Let's go. Yes, I highly agree. Because I'm honestly thinking, depending on how the flow of the game goes with the Browns D line and the pressures, I'm thinking that Ben McAdoo is probably going to do more pounding the rock and also dialing up quick passes, especially if folks are getting through, which may have to do some slants and screens, which, of course, Christian McCaffrey on screens, dude is gold. So that's something they may want to consider using. So, and with the type of pressure that I believe we are going to see, especially from the likes of Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney, I think we're going to see a lot of quick slants, a lot of quick passes. As a matter of fact, Jeff R. said it best. McAdoo likes to use tight ends and quick passes. So with that being said, it looks like we are going to have Tommy Tremble and Ian Thomas for this game, as well as Stephon Sullivan. So could be seeing some 2 tight end sets, especially. Although I do wonder if Giovanni Ricci will be good to go, because remember, Giovanni Ricci, who's also our fullback, he's questionable. So that might pose a problem in the run game, perhaps, because Giovanni Ricci was another one that had a pretty decent camp. So hopefully he'll be good to go for week 1. David says, my 3-year-old is ready. Got him a Panther shirt. Oh, yeah? All set and ready for week 1? That's what I like to hear. He loves watching football. Right on. Well, he is in for a treat this Sunday, which I hope translates to a win. Hopefully it translates to a win. But I definitely am in agreement. Y'all are making some good key points for this upcoming matchup. I was feeling pretty good after that last preseason game. The last preseason game where we didn't give up a sack. So that did give me some confidence. That's him. Oh, that's your avatar. That's him in your avatar. Gotcha. Very nice. When we score, he says yay. Oh, right on. Well, hopefully he'll be saying that a bunch this Sunday. And oh yeah, I forgot. We'll also be seeing new kicker Eddie Pinheiro in action. How do y'all think Eddie Pinheiro will do? That's our new kicker, being that Zane Gonzalez is on season-ending IR. So I think he had a pretty decent percentage going into this season. And he was 8 of 8 on field goals last year during his limited time of with the Jets. So I mean, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. David says, "Don't laugh, Blitz," but Eddie looks like Pee Wee Herman. Oh Lord. Oh man. Pee Wee Herman. That part of my childhood. Definitely part of my childhood. Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Big Top Pee Wee. Yeah. Pee Wee's Playhouse. I think he will do good. Yeah, I think he will as well. I think he will as well. I definitely think he will as well. And special teams, I think we'll be fine on special teams. I mean, we got our kick returner and Andre Roberts leading the charge. Chris Tabor, special teams coach. I think we'll be fine with special teams. Part of your childhood too? Right on. Yeah. Also, another question for y'all. How many carries, or no, scratch that. How many touches do you think Christian McCaffrey will have in this game? That's another question I want to pose to y'all. How many touches do you think Run CMC gets in this game against the Browns? I'm thinking if they do it right and really spread it out, especially with the running backs, I feel like he can be just as productive on 20 to 25 touches as much as he would be on 30 to 40 touches. David says 17 for McCaffrey. So about 17. Because, I mean, I do expect him to be very active in the receiving game coming out of the backfield, especially being that he has great hands. Something that, while I do like Chuba Hubbard doesn't have great catching hands. So coming out of the backfield, I expect to see some passes for Christian McCaffrey. David says, I'm calling it now. Baker runs in for a touchdown. I'd be down. I'd totally be down. But you know something? I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. J.C. Horn gets an interception, and C.J. Henderson gets an interception in this game. I'm going to take a gamble, go bold, and I'm going to say J.C. Horn gets an interception this game, and C.J. Henderson get an interception this game. What y'all think about that? Too crazy? Too realistic? I feel good. I feel good about this matchup. Here's the dilemma. David says, here's the dilemma. Does JC or CJ get a pick six if you had to choose? That's tough because a pick six would benefit both of them just as equally, especially being this is J.C. Horn's sophomore year, has a chance to make a comeback, and this is a make it or break it year for CJ. I guess who needs it? Who needs it the most in this game? I guess it will boil down to probably CJ Henderson. I think it would be great for his confidence. I think it'd be really great for his confidence. Especially him being one of the big standout players that had a phenomenal camp. So I would have to say CJ Henderson. Have to say CJ Henderson. Now let me ask this. With the combination of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, how many rushing yards do you think they'll get combined for this game? Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb combined. Because personally, if we can keep them under maybe 170 or maybe even 150 yards, I think that's a win. Oh, speaking of which, Jeff R says 150. David says, don't laugh, but 60? 60? Wow, that's bold. That's bold. We hold them to 60 combined rushing. Wow, that's bold. That is bold, my friend. Whoo, man. That if I'm not gonna kid you, but if we can, with the personnel that we have, the line that we have, and the linebacker, if we can hold them to 60, then that is going to extremely jumpstart our defense in the rankings. Shoo. That, whoo, man. Shoo. We might be on par. We might be on par for the best defense. We might be on par for the best defense if that happens. But here's the thing. You say 60, but here's the thing, though. David, you got to remember, Nick Chubb is a 3-time Pro Bowler. Kareem Hunt is a Pro Bowler and a former rushing yards leader, which I believe was 2017. We got 2 Pro Bowlers in that 1-2 punch combination. So 60 yards, that's, I don't know, my friend. That's going to be difficult. 2 Pro Bowlers? I have to agree with Jeff R. He says that's not happening. David also says the reason I say this is we have Snow and Wilkes. I mean, while I do like them both, especially Steve Wilkes, defensive specialist, but like I said, it was hard enough shutting down Alvin Kamara last year in the first meeting against the Saints. And then, trying to shut down both Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Whew. That's oof. I'm not going to say that's impossible, but unlikely. Unlikely. Like I said, I think Jeff R has a good point. If we can get them 150 or less, I think that's pretty decent. I think that's pretty decent, especially considering the struggles that we have stopping the run. So, whew. And the thing is, they got to get going early. And that's another thing. Third down percentage. Third down efficiency. We had decent third down efficiency in the preseason. So I'm hoping that we can really do a better job this season compared to last year on third down efficiency. And I have to say, Baker Mayfield did make some pretty dang on good decisions on third down this preseason. Even in the couple of series that he's played in between two games, he's made some good decisions on third down. I will give him that. I will definitely give him that. So this is good. This is good. So, yeah, any given Sunday. I admire your confidence. I admire your confidence. So I know that because it hasn't been announced yet, who do y'all think our team captains will be? Who do you think our team captains will be? Because I don't even think they've announced the team captains yet. Who do y'all think our team captains will be? I say Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's probably going to be a captain. Probably DJ Moore. Perhaps Shaq Thompson, Jeremy Chin, Christian McCaffrey. Those are probably who I think will be the captains. Brian Burns. Brian Burns, perhaps. Those will probably be our team captains. Yeah. Let's look at some rankings. If y'all want to follow along, hold up. If y'all want to follow along, check that out. If y'all want to follow along. David says captains, Baker, Burns, McCaffrey, Hecker, Moore. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Johnny Hecker. Good point. Okay. So looking at some rankings. So far, let's see, the history with the Browns and the Panthers. Carolina is 4-2 all time against Cleveland. But, of course, the Browns won the last meeting that we had against them by a score of 17-13. That was in Charlotte. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. So the last matchup was Cleveland beat us 26-20. The last time we played Cleveland in Charlotte was 2014, and that was a win. Okay. So we know, a couple of logistics. We know Jacoby Brissett's going to be starting. Of course, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt combo. And another thing with Myles Garrett. 16 sacks last season. 16 sacks. And Ikem Ekwonu will be paired against Myles Garrett, and he had 16 sacks last season. That concerns me, y'all. That concerns me. That's a matchup to keep an eye out on. Ekwonu, hope you got your training, eat your Wheaties, get your technique perfected, listen to the veterans, learn, and be ready to execute. Because you taking on somebody that put up 16 sacks last season. So, whew, that's scary. Okay. So looking at the ranking comparisons, statistical comparisons going into this game, and this is based off of last year. This is based off of last year going into this game. All right. So offense, total yards per game. Carolina ranks 30th. Cleveland ranks 18th. Rushing yards per game. Carolina ranks 20th. Cleveland ranks 4th. Net passing yards a game. Carolina ranks 29th. Cleveland ranks 27th. Sacks allowed. Carolina ranks 28th. Cleveland ranks 27th. Third down efficiency. Carolina ranked 29th. Cleveland ranked 17th. Points per game. Carolina ranked 29th. Cleveland ranked 23rd. All right, on defense, total yards per game. On defense, Carolina ranked 2nd. Cleveland ranked 5th. Rushing yards per game. Carolina ranked 18th. Cleveland ranked 12th. Passing yards per game on defense. Carolina ranked 2nd. Cleveland ranked 22nd. Sacks per game. Carolina ranked 15th. Or I'm sorry, not sacks per game, but total sacks. Carolina ranked 15th. Cleveland ranked 9th. Third down efficiency on defense. Carolina ranked 9th. Cleveland ranked 13th. Takeaways, total takeaways. Carolina ranked 26. Cleveland ranked 21. Points allowed per game on defense. Carolina ranked 20th. Cleveland ranked 15th. So those are the rankings based off of last year going into this game, being that this is week 1. Let's see. Carolina is 11-16 all time in season openers and 5-9 when opening at home. Baker Mayfield is the 12th different quarterback to start week 1 for Carolina. Woo! The PFF gives Carolina a coverage grade of 74, the 4th best among teams in the preseason. The Panthers also accounted for 3 interceptions in the preseason. Of course, one was a pick 6. Tied for 6th most in the NFL. In 2021, the Panthers were the only team that didn't allow a touchdown on the opening drive of every game. Right on. Oh, and as of now, check this out. DJ Moore, our number one receiver, now ranks fourth in Panthers history with 4,313 career receiving yards and is sixth with 301 receptions. Uh-oh, DJ Moore working his way on up. Working his way on up. Let's go. Oh, so check this out, y'all. Check this out. So a couple of notable things to keep an eye out for this year. They have some milestones to watch out for. If DJ Moore can get 1,000 yards receiving this season, then he will join Steve Smith as the only Panthers with 4 career 1,000-yard receiving seasons. It would mark DJ Moore's 4th consecutive season with at least 1,000 yards. Only Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce have the longer streaks, active streaks. DJ Moore needs 24 more receptions to pass Wesley Walls for 5th most in franchise history. Wow. David says, what's impressive about DJ is he's had a different quarterback every year. Facts. And the crazy thing is he hasn't really had that, that high level quarterback just yet. I mean, I guess the closest thing was Cam Newton, but Cam Newton dealt with injury. But if Baker Mayfield can really get DJ Moore going this season, not only in yards, but in touchdown counts. Oh, DJ Moore, he's going to blow up. So hopefully he can get another 1,000 yards this year. And check this out. Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey needs 98 more scrimmage yards to pass Barry Sanders for 20th most scrimmage yards in a player's first 60 games. Christian McCaffrey needs 3 more scrimmage touchdowns to tie Muhsin Muhammad for 5th place in franchise history. Woo! But you best believe if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy this season, he's going to do all that and then more. Has any other receiver done that with a different quarterback every year? None is coming to mind right now. I can't think of one, to be honest with you. Yeah, I can't think of one. Yeah, I can't think of one. I can't think of one, to be honest with you. Oh, and for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield needs 3,000 passing yards to join Andy Dalton, Cam Newton, Derek Carr, Peyton Manning, and Russell Wilson as the only players with at least 3,000 passing yards in each of the first 5 seasons. Wow. Just hit me. DJ is amazing. Yeah. There's only one problem though with DJ, David Screws. We got to get his touchdown numbers up. His touchdown numbers are still low. We got to get his touchdown numbers up. They're kind of low. They're kind of low. That's the only thing. They're kind of low. Shaq Thompson needs 18 tackles to pass John Beeson for 4th all-time in Panthers history. Thompson needs 100 tackles for his 4th consecutive season with at least 100 tackles, which would tie John Beeson for four straight, for 3rd most behind Thomas Davis, which he has 5 straight, and Luke Kuechly, which he has 8 straight. Because, I mean, we all know Luke Kuechly is a tackling machine. David says, yeah, I agree, but we have had red zone struggles in the past, which is very true. Very, very true. I mean, it even showed the year when we had Teddy Bridgewater. Had no problem getting DJ and Robbie 1,000 yards receiving, but couldn't get them the touchdowns. Couldn't get them the touchdowns. Dante Jackson needs 2 more interceptions to tie Doug Evans and Richard Marshall for 5th place all-time in Panthers history. Whoa! Richard Marshall has 14 interceptions? Really? I didn't know he had that many interceptions. I thought it was like 8. Richard Marshall's had 14 interceptions for Carolina? Wow. I did not think he had that many. Wow. I did not think he had that many. Well, shoot. That's awesome. Brian Burns needs 3 sacks to pass Thomas Davis for 8th all-time in franchise history. Jeremy Chin needs 78 tackles to reach 300 for his career. Chin has played 31 career games, and only Luke Kuechly and John Beeson reached 300 career tackles before their 44th career game as a Panther. Andre Roberts needs 581 combined return yards to pass. Ooh, he has a chance to pass Michael Bates for 15th most all time. Roberts needs one kickoff return or punt return touchdown to tie Ted Ginn Jr. for 8th most combined kick punt return touchdowns in NFL history. But, of course, when it comes to, kickoff, punt return, touchdowns, Devin Hester's still the king. He's still the king. Somebody may catch Devin Hester, but Devin Hester's still the king. Yeah, David. Wow, didn't know that about Andre. I didn't know that about him either. I did not know that about him either. Because I remember Michael Bates. Michael Bates, definitely one of our best return guys in Carolina Panthers franchise history. He even led the league, I think, 1 or 2 seasons in combined return yards. Oh, here's a notable one. J.J. Jansen needs 12 games played to tie John Casey for most games played in Panthers history. He just needs 12 to tie John Casey. And Johnny Hecker needs 5 punts inside the 20 to tie Mike Cyphers for 10th all-time in NFL history. So, couple of notable milestones to watch out for there. But yeah. So we got a lot to be excited for, y'all, for this upcoming season with this first game. Okay. as we get ready to wind down, let's get some score predictions, y'all. David says, just saying, all the work Fit has put into this team might pay off. Scott is a genius. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I thought we had a good offseason, so let's hope it translates. But yeah, y'all, let's get some score predictions. I'm going to say, looking at this matchup, you know what? I'm going to say, I'm going to say 28-14 Panthers. 28-14. I think we see two passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. I think 2 and 2. 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. And I think we will give up 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to say 28-14. I'm going to say 28-14. Panthers. Jeff R. Oh, Jeff R. likes to score as well. 28-14 as well. All right. David says 38-17. Wow. How many touchdowns you thinking, David? Are you thinking like maybe a couple of touchdowns and the rest are field goals? How many touchdowns you thinking? Because I'm thinking Cleveland will probably get, a touchdown maybe early in the first half, and then maybe they'll get a garbage touchdown. As long as we keep our foot on the gas. That's something that Carolina hasn't always done well with, is keeping their foot on the gas. So hopefully that's something that they emphasize and execute, keeping their foot on the gas. David says defense and Baker plus McAdoo. Oh, so you could see some defense. You could see a defensive score. Okay. Dang, Davis says at halftime it'll be 21-7 Panthers. Wow. Whew. I hope you're not underestimating the Browns, David. Hope you're not underestimating them. Are you underestimating them? You're underestimating them, aren't you? Or do you just feel that Baker is just going to come in and just destroy them, rip them apart? Which I know a lot of people have been saying, and he's even hyped, to be able to do that. So I mean, I don't blame folks. David says, no, they just deserve the beating. Okay. I can dig that. Hey, I can dig that. Fair enough. I can dig that. Fair enough. All right. I like that. But yeah, I think it's going to be very exciting. We open up at home. I do believe this will be a win. I do very much believe this will be a win. Baker looks very confident. Baker Mayfield had a great preseason. We're seeing a total opposite type of quarterback. Last year, Sam Darnold, to this year, right now, Baker Mayfield. We see the differences, y'all. So I really hope that this is the start of a great season. A lot of folks, more than we may know, a lot of folks are keeping their eyes on the Carolina Panthers to emerge as the sleeper to make an unexpected boom and perhaps sneak into the playoffs, y'all. We sneak into the playoffs, we become a threat. Just feel like this year the Panthers will shock the world this year. And check out that video. Just search Baker and Breeze. Oh yeah, I will definitely do that. I'll do that after I finish this live stream, because I am curious. I'm very curious. But I think we have a great opportunity, and it's like I said before, Matt Rule. I don't know if you see this or hear this. Matt Rule, I don't like you. I don't think you're a good coach. I don't know why you're still here. But the fact of the matter is, you're still here. Starting this Sunday, Matt Rule, give me a reason. Give me a reason to respect you. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Make me eat my words. Matt Rule, make me eat my words. I challenge you. Make me eat my words. I don't think you can. I don't think you can, Matt Rule. Make me eat my words. Because this your last chance. This your last chance. So I challenge you, starting this Sunday. Not saying that this has to be a perfect season, but make me eat my words. Give me a reason. Give us, the Keep Pounding Nation, give us a clear reason why you should stay and continue to coach this Carolina Panthers team. David says, I agree with Matt Rule. This is his final shot. I wanted him as a coach, and I'm ashamed. I mean, it's not like it's our fault. Jeff R says, Rule coaches this team like it's a college team. And that's the problem. But he's got a clean, open season this year, starting 0-0. He better turn it around. Matt Rule, you better turn it around. We know you're still here. We don't know why you're still here, but you're still here. Matt Rule, you better turn it around. It'll be in your best interest to turn it around. Do what you got to do. You better coach like you've never coached before, and you better turn it around. If Riverboat Ron Rivera could do it in year 3, so can you. If Ron Rivera can do it in year 3, so can you. You better get it together. You better get extra motivated. You better, whatever it is you got to do as a coach, you better do it. Otherwise, you out of here. Playoffs or bust. 10 wins and no playoffs, that's not going to cut it. I don't care. Oh, but it's 10 wins. It's a big improvement. If it equals no playoffs, it's a failure. I know that sounds harsh, y'all, but we as fans have suffered and suffered and suffered and suffered since 2017. 2017 was the last year that we were in the playoffs. It's 2022. That needs to be fixed. David says, this is football, not Jay-Z getting popular in 7 years. Exactly. Matt Rule, we haven't been to the playoffs since 2017. What are you going to do about that? Oh, and David Tepper. Oh, I haven't forgotten about you, Mr. Tepper. Haven't forgotten about you. How bad do you want this team to succeed? How bad do you want it? We'll see how bad you want it. We'll see how much you care this season. We'll see how much you care. Rally Sport, what's up? Not long now. Thursday, I think, is the first. Yeah. What is the first game this season? I'm curious. What is the first game this season? Oh, it's Thursday, Buffalo and Los Angeles. Ooh, that's gonna be a good opening season game. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be really good. Buffalo at Los Angeles. That's gonna be a good opening game. Aubrey says if he gets 10 wins, I promise you that he will still be there. Shoot. Not if it don't mean playoffs. Not if it don't mean playoffs. Shoot. If I say again, if Ron Rivera can do it in his third year, there should be no excuses why Matt Rule can't do it in his third year. What did he do in his third year? Made the playoffs. I know this sounds critical. One more time for the crowd in the back and all way far away. Aubrey, how many games they won last year again? 5. They won 5 games last year, and the year before last was 5 games. 2 back-to-back 5-win seasons. It's unacceptable. So one more time for everybody in the back. If Riverboat Ron Rivera can do it in year 3, there should be no reason why Matt Rule can't do it in year 3 if he wants to keep his job. Let's see. Yepper needs a reality check. Yepper, he's David Yepper. What a way to start the season. Oh, yeah. The Bills and the Rams, a lot of folks are picking the Bills to make the Super Bowl this season. A lot of folks are picking the Bills to make it to the Super Bowl for the AFC side. Rally Sports says, thought it was Thursday. Cool. Can't wait. And just found out the UK got the right to show Monday Night Football so I can watch it live. Oh, nice. Every Monday. Oh, that's cool. Blitz, did Alvin Kamara get suspended? I haven't heard any news of any suspension for Alvin Kamara. I don't believe he has been suspended. There hasn't been any word for Alvin Kamara. It looks like that's a no. It looks like he is not suspended. I know they delayed the hearing. Back at the beginning of August, they delayed the hearing. So I don't know. Oh, so the hearing got pushed back to September 29th. So September 29th is when they'll have the hearing involving the battery case for Alvin Kamara. So he probably will get to play a few games. Rally Sports says, okay, thanks. And Deshaun Watson, couple of games, was he suspended? Deshaun Watson is suspended for 11 games. He is suspended for 11 games. David says, Tepper needs to wake up, make it wins, and a team that never lets the foot off the gas. Agreed. Also, if someone is not doing their job, Matt Rule, get rid of the problem and build a winning franchise. Aubrey says, okay, so you're telling me if the Panthers win 10 games and don't make the playoffs, they will most likely kick Matt to the curb? I believe so. Like I said, if Ron Rivera could do it in year 3, why can't Matt Rule do it in year 3? Why can't Matt Rule do it in year 3? Aubrey, the Panthers haven't been to the playoffs since 2017. It's 2022 right now. It's 2022. We haven't been to the playoffs since 2017. That's got to change. That's got to change. 11 games. That's a lot. Yeah. Oh yeah. Who's the quarterback for the Browns then? Blitz instead of Watson because Mayfield left to the Panthers. That would be Jacoby Brissette. Rally Sport. Jacoby Brissette, which he will be starting this Sunday for the Cleveland Browns. That's their backup. So Jacoby Brissette, who has starting experience. Jacoby Brissette's been in the league for a good number of years. He's an NC State guy, so I'm familiar with him. But yeah. Jacoby is going to be running for his life. Yeah, and that's a good thing. We're going to need that. We're going to need that. We're going to need some good pressure. Going to need some good pressure. But I think a lot of it is really going to have to start with stopping the run. If we could stop the run, make them one-dimensional, make Jacoby Brissette have to make plays, that's going to really open the door for the Carolina defense to take control. To take control. We make that Browns team one-dimensional, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Blitz, how many sacks are we going to get on Jacoby? Shoot. I'd be happy with 6. Shoot, 4 would even be good, to be honest with you. Even 4 would be good. But I think we could get 6. I think we could get 6. Rally Sports says, don't rate Winston. The Saints are crap. Mayfield good, even though everyone says he's not. I think he will do good at the Panthers. Whoa, Rally Sport. Don't underestimate the Saints. Don't underestimate. They got a good team. Remember, they shut out Tom Brady and the Bucks. They had his number. Don't underestimate the Saints. They got a good squad, and they made some good additions in the offseason. Picking up Honey Badger. They don't underestimate the Saints. While Jameis Winston isn't my ideal quarterback, because he does throw a lot of interceptions. I mean, he threw 30 in one season. Saints still got a lot of weapons on offense and defense. They're still a good team, and they're going to be tough this year. They're going to be tough this year. Do not underestimate the Saints. Yeah, Rally Sport. Y'all got some good weapons. Chris Olave, Honey Badger, Michael Thomas. Yeah, y'all are going to be tough. I mean, we split with y'all last season, and y'all have always been tough, and y'all have given the Bucks a run for their money. David says Saints isn't going to be nothing in my opinion. You don't have a reliable quarterback. You aren't winning, period. David, I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Saints. And remember, the Saints were 9-8 last season. Saints finished second in the NFC South last season with what they have. Don't underestimate the Saints. Because remember, they did split with us. We had them that first game, but they got us back in that second game. And don't forget about the Saints defense. They got a monster defense. They still got a monster defense. Don't sleep on that defense. Jeff R says, as long as they got Winston, they aren't going to do anything. I don't know. I don't know. And not to mention, hold up, time out. Y'all do remember that Jameis Winston threw for 1,170 yards and only threw 3 picks. Y'all do remember that, right? I understand he only played 7 games before he got hurt, but he took good care of the ball last season in the games he played. 14 touchdowns and only 3 picks. We might want to rethink. We might want to rethink about that. I'm not crowning Jameis Winston, but the dude was not trash last season. He got hurt, sure. He got hurt, only played 7 games, but when he played those 7 games, he was not trash. I'm sorry. 14 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, that is not trash. So I know this sounds crazy coming from me. I mean, they're in our division, but we gotta give credit where credit's due. Before he got hurt, Jameis was playing great last season. David says, I'll take a good nap without Sean and Breeds. Rally Sports says, as a Saints fan, I wanted to get Teddy Bridgewater. He was coming to the Saints, but went to the Dolphins instead. I was not happy about that. You see. Jeff R says Saints didn't even want Winston. But wait, didn't they re-sign him back though? But they re-signed him back to a 2-year deal though. They brought him back on a 2-year deal though. How did they not want him when they brought him back on a 2-year deal? I don't understand. They brought him back on a 2-year deal. And not only that, and if anything, I don't even know if which yeah, I do remember the Saints were kind of going in as you said, Jeff R, on Deshaun Watson. Personally, I don't even know if they were even able to afford him. I mean, I don't know what their cap was like. But I don't even know if they would have been able to afford him, especially with the monster contract that he landed. But they wanted Watson, not Winston. I mean, that I don't know. That may be the case, with their actions of pursuing Deshaun Watson. And like I said, Jameis Winston, he's definitely not my quarterback. He's not a quarterback that I will vouch for on a normal basis, especially with his time with the Buccaneers. But we have to be honest with ourselves. He played great last season. In the 7 games that he played great. Maybe not in the first game against us, but overall in the 7 games he played. So, I mean, I don't even want to imagine what would have happened if he played a full season. Because he was taking good care of the ball. Rally Sports says, I think the Raiders will be good. Derek Carr to Devontae Adams. Oh, yeah. They got that new toy. And Tyreek Hill. Oh, yeah. Raiders, there. Whoo. My dad's a Raiders fan. So he's loving it. Hill at the Dolphins. He must be fastest player in the NFL easily. He's up there. He's definitely up there. Ooh, I got a question for y'all, because I know I mentioned about this player earlier and how we need to get his touchdown numbers up. How many touchdowns do you think DJ Moore gets this year? How many touchdowns do y'all think DJ Moore gets this season? David says nobody talks about the Bucks. They didn't win any preseason games. Not sure what's going on with Tom Brady and the Bucks, but we still don't have their number yet either. We don't have the Bucks number yet either. So we can't really say much about the Bucks in our favor, to be honest with you. Yeah, we can't really say much about the Bucks in our favor. So they're still dangerous. Ooh, Jeff R says 12 touchdowns for DJ. Yo, if DJ Moore gets 12 touchdowns, oh, that would be incredible. I would love. I could honestly, that's a reasonable number, Jeff R. That's actually a reasonable number. With a guy like Baker Mayfield, that's a reasonable number. Because his connection with DJ Moore, he's been working on quite a bit in camp and such. So, and Baker Mayfield, if given the time, shoot, we might see DJ Moore spread the field. Because let's also keep in mind, DJ Moore can be a deep threat as well. Plus, he has the tackle breaking. He's got the tackle breaking. David says we have their number in preseason. We'll see. See about the Bucs when the regular season starts. They will be good. Always are. Yeah, and we haven't been able to beat the Bucs in a number of years. I think the last time we beat the Bucs was 2018. Yeah, I think that's the last time we even beat the Bucs. No, it was 2019. It was 2019 because I forgot Kyle Allen. So yeah, we haven't beaten the Bucs since 2019. So it's been a while. It's been a while. David says, "Oh, he's predicting 16 touchdowns for DJ Moore." Hey, I'd shoot. That'd be awesome. Rally Sports says 15. Go for Baker Mayfield. Really good at passing. Don't give him time. Baker Mayfield will punish you. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. He's had a good preseason, so hopefully it translates. But Robbie Anderson might have a breakout year. That I'm hoping for that as well. If Robbie Anderson can have the type of year similar to when he had Teddy Bridgewater, that would really set this offense higher, much, much higher than before. Robbie and Baker have stayed after practice. Yeah. And it's crazy, too, because you would think that those two wouldn't work out together, being that Robbie didn't even want Baker Mayfield in the first place. So, it's fun. It's funny how that turned out. Robbie Anderson's good, Blitz. I believe he is. There's a lot of fans that think he's trash after last season, but it's like I have to remind folks that last season, while he did have drops, he also had Sam Darnold throwing to him. Which we could have thought that would be something he'd be used to, considering he had him throwing to him with the Jets. But the fact of the matter is, I remind folks, Robbie Anderson never had 1,000 yards receiving in his NFL career until he came to Carolina. I'm not giving up on Robbie Anderson. Now, he could still be used as trade bait. I mean, there's been a lot of talks that could happen. Maybe him or maybe even Terrace Marshall Jr. But I believe that Robbie Anderson can bounce back. I really do. He is listed as questionable for this game, though. So I don't know if he'll be able to play this first game. But here's hoping. Here's hoping. We'll have to see what the injury report looks like come Wednesday. Rally Sports says, not the best season. Sam Darnold is not good at throwing, in my opinion. Yeah, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold definitely did not pan out well, but I will give him credit. He was able to get a rushing touchdown in preseason, stiff-arming a defender. So he kind of got some respect points from me for that. David says it's sad when Sam is getting paid more than Baker sitting on the bench, but cut the loss. That's where Sam needs to be. I don't think it bothers Baker Mayfield too much, considering he wanted out of Cleveland bad, to the point where it's like, look, if y'all want to take me, just take me. I just want out of Cleveland. That's how bad it got. Rally Sports says I'll take Winston over Sam Darnold. Yeah, that's understandable. That's definitely understandable. That's understandable. But yeah, I am really excited for this game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a win. I think pretty much we're in agreement. This is going to be Carolina's first win of the season. David says, look at the comparisons. Baker has double touchdowns than what Sam ever had. True. Very true. But Baker did lead in interceptions last season. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing. Baker did lead with interceptions, though. So that's the only thing. Raleigh says that's bad. So Sam Darnold is on a lot more money than Baker, but on the bench. How weird is that? Well, I mean, that's what happens when we took up his fifth-year option. David says, well, he was playing hurt, which is true. I mean, he shouldn't have been playing, but that is true. He was playing hurt. And yet they still ended up getting a better record than us. That's the sad thing. They still ended up getting a better record than us. Shoot, we had 5 wins. They had 9. So that tells you something right there. But yeah, I really look forward to this game. I will be out of town Thursday, but I should be catching the Thursday night game because I definitely want to catch that Thursday night game. I'll be on a men's retreat with my church, so we usually get together at Thursday evening and watch opening season. So definitely Bills versus the Rams. That should be really good. So the Browns first game, Baker versus old team. Yep. Week 1, it's a home game. It's a home game as well. But yeah, first home game will be against the Browns. First away game will be week 2 against the Giants. But yeah, for the Panthers versus the Browns, first game, tough one for you, Blitz. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a tough game. You know, the Browns still, they have weapons on offense and a couple of weapons on defense, especially that D line. So it's going to be a good test for a lot of our Panther players. It's going to be a good first test for Ikem Ekwonu. It's going to be a good first test for Baker Mayfield, C.J. Henderson, Brandon Smith, Amari Barno, Matt Ioannidis joining our team for the first time. So yeah, Christian McCaffrey. We'll have to see if he can stay healthy. Bet he plays amazing, gets 10 touchdowns or something. I do expect Baker Mayfield to bring that fire, to bring that energy. I expect Baker Mayfield to have no filter. We're going to get no filter Baker Mayfield. Watch. We might not get, touchdowns, then, Baker handing out touchdown footballs to fans like Cam Newton did consistently. But I believe Baker Mayfield will bring an energy to Bank of America Stadium that we haven't felt in a long while. Quick question. Do you agree, Cooper? Oh, are you talking about Cooper Kupp? Rally Sport, Cooper Kupp for the Rams? Yeah, he's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver, not a tight end. He's a wide receiver. Cooper Kupp, honestly, I felt like Cooper Kupp, as crazy as this sounds, I felt like Cooper Kupp should have won last year's MVP. I think he should have won last year's MVP. As crazy as that sounds, I think he should have won MVP last year. The dude had 145 catches, almost 2,000 yards, and 16 touchdowns. He should have been the MVP, in my opinion. Personally, I think he should have gotten MVP. Oh, yeah, he's a phenomenal wide receiver, and definitely he broke out like crazy last year. Like 2021 was his year. I mean, he's had some decent years, kind of struggled a little bit in 2018, dealt with injury, had a decent season in 2019, went over 1,000 yards, but none of that compares to last year. Last year, he went off. And especially with Matthew Stafford as his quarterback now, which Matthew Stafford, that dude is in his prime now. Matthew Stafford, don't be fooled. Even at 34 years old, Matthew Stafford, that dude is in his prime right now. I mean, Matthew Stafford, shoot. 4,886 yards passing, 41 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, a QBR of 63.8, which is fourth in the league. Yo. And we have to play the Rams in LA this season? Shoot. That's going to be a tough game. That's going to be a tough game. Chuck the ball in his area. He will catch it. So good. That's why LA Rams were amazing last season. Indeed. Matthew Stafford got better. He good. Great arm and great at passing the ball. Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. He did a little something with the Lions. But when he went to the Rams, especially good offensive line, great weapons. Because, I mean, what weapon did he really have with the Lions other than Calvin Johnson? That's pretty much his only weapon. Most of his career with the Lions was Megatron. But, I mean, went to the Rams, had Odell Beckham Jr., had Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp, whoo, Hey, what's up, KT? Good to see you. Welcome. Rally Sports says he stepped it up at the Rams, probably because it's a better team compared to the Lions. Yeah, which is a fair point. But then again, the Lions organization is weird. I mean, we're talking the same Lions organization that fired Jim Caldwell after an 11-5 season. 11-5 season, and they fired him. That should tell you something about the Detroit Lions. Yeah, they fired Jim Caldwell after an 11-5 season, and they hired Matt Patricia. That should tell you something about the Lions organization. Ugh. Oh man, that's wowzers. What's going on with OBJ? He injured. He free agent still blitz. So unlucky with the injuries. I believe he is a free agent. I don't know if Odell. Yeah, I don't know what's up with him, to be honest with you. I don't know when Odell. I mean, I know 6 months ago they wanted to get Odell back with the Rams, but technically he's a free agent, and apparently some say that the Dallas Cowboys, should try to make a pursuit for Odell Beckham Jr. That's something that apparently I'm hearing, that the Cowboys should try to make a pursuit for Odell Beckham Jr. Everyone says he's going back to the Rams. Hopefully, they can afford him. If they can afford him. I know they've made some acquisitions and such. But I could imagine him with the Cowboys, though. I mean, him and CeeDee Lamb, especially after they lost Amari Cooper to the Browns. Yeah, Cowboys a good fit for him there. Yeah, I think him being paired, him, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. Shoot, they could use another wide receiver anyway. I mean, seems like their best guy right now would be CeeDee Lamb. But yeah. I think overall, let me take a look at one last thing. So check this out, y'all. One last thing. So our first 5 games of the season, Cleveland Browns, New York Giants, New Orleans Saints, Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers. Those are our first 5 games. Let that sink in for a bit. Dak Prescott is really good in my opinion. Thoughts on Dak Blitz? I think Dak Prescott, I think he's good. I definitely think he's decent. I mean, he lit us up last season. But I think Dak Prescott's good. I mean, they had a great season last year, finished 12-5. He had over 35 touchdowns, only threw 10 picks. He took better care of the ball. But yeah, I think Dak Prescott's good. Especially if he can stay healthy. David says, how do you think Hecker is going to change our win total? Well, one thing for sure on those 3 and outs, that dude can kick and can pin them deep. So hopefully that'll give good field position for the defense. That'll help. That'll help in case the offense stalls. But, yeah, he can pass as well. Johnny Hecker has done some trick plays where he's thrown some nice passes. So there is that. And we could see that happen. We could see a trick play or two from him. We could see it happen. So that's not out of the question. But looking at those first 5 games, y'all, Browns, Giants, Saints, Cardinals, 49ers. I think those are 5 games that are really going to set the tone for what this Carolina Panthers team may look like and how they may do this season. Because looking at these 5 games, the Browns should be a win. The Giants should be a win. The Saints are going to be tough. The Cardinals, we've had the Cardinals number the past couple of seasons. And the Niners have had our number the last 1 or 2 seasons. So that's going to be tough, y'all. And then right after the Niners game is the Rams game. So, shoot, when you think about it, the first 6 games, are gonna really be interesting. Let me see what when our bye week is. So you know what? Let's base it off that. Let's see when our bye week is. Our bye week is week 13. Okay, so we get a late bye. David says, I'll say 4 and 5 the first 5 games. Oh, 4 wins. Four wins out of the first 5 games. Okay. Rally Sports says tough games. Giants, they were not good last season. Daniel Jones is at quarterback. Let's not forget, Rally Sport, the Giants beat us last season with said quarterback. And we played like trash. That was a trap game. But let's keep it real. We did lose to the Giants last season. So we can't forget that. But yeah, I got what you meant, David. Yeah, 4 and 1. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, we should be able to beat the Giants, but let's remember the Giants did beat us last year. A game we definitely shouldn't have lost. But I mean, yeah, those first 5 games going to be interesting. But, you know, we got a late bye, week 13. So leading up to week 13, got the Browns this Sunday. Then we got the Giants, Saints, Cardinals, Niners, Rams, Buccaneers, Falcons, Bengals, Falcons, Ravens, Broncos. That's a pretty difficult first half of the season, y'all. This is a pretty difficult first half of the season. drinking that Gothers beer. Dang, Bud Light. Right on. 4-1 would be a good start. Indeed. But it gets crazy. It's gonna start getting crazy once it gets deeper. Because I mean, the Rams, I don't know if we'll win that game. The Rams, that's gonna be tough. You know, defending Super Bowl champs. Bucks, that's going to be tough. I do think we should be able to sweep the Falcons, although the Falcons have had a pretty decent preseason. The Bengals, that's going to be tough. The Ravens, that's going to be tough. And the Broncos, you know, they just gave Russell Wilson that big extension. So those first 12 games are going to be tough. Well, you know, the first 12 games, there's a lot of tough ones. All jokes aside on the new Bud Light beer, says Gothers with Panthers logo. It's an insult. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be an insult. But yeah. Because as of right now, I'm thinking Browns win, Giants win, Saints win, Cardinals win, Niners loss, Rams loss, Bucks loss, Falcons win, Cincinnati loss, Falcons win, Ravens win, Broncos loss. But we shall see. I see Pat McAfee excited about Matt Ryan's Colts. Matt Ryan, still a great quarterback. Still a great quarterback. Can still get it done. So Colts, they're going to be dangerous in that aspect. We're not the Beavers, we're the Panthers. Did I hear right? Carson Wentz is at a college football team. Carson Wentz, he plays for the Washington Commanders. He plays for the Washington Commanders. Yeah, we actually saw him. He actually played in the Washington Commanders preseason game against us. But yeah, that's his new team. Wait, Carson Wentz? No. Wait, Carson Wentz went back to college. Like what? Like for education wise? Oh, okay. I was about to say. Okay, Washington changed their name to the Commanders. Washington Commanders. That name change happened. It was earlier this year. It was earlier this year. Let's see. Yeah, it was earlier this year that it got changed to the Commanders. But yep, earlier this year, rebranded to the Washington Commanders. But yeah, still rocking the same colors. Still rocking the same colors. They're just now called the Washington Commanders. Oh no, you good, Rally Sport. You good. You good. No harm done. No harm done. But, all right, folks, it's getting late on my end. I've had a blast chatting with y'all and getting hyped, going over this matchup. But hopefully everything works out and the Carolina Panthers will destroy the Cleveland Dukies. And we get this first win. Rally Sports says I didn't know Washington were called the Commanders. Thought it was the Washington football team. Yeah, they were the Washington football team last year, and then they came to a conclusion on the deciding the name earlier this year and went with the Commanders. It was kind of weird for some, but I guess it could be worse. But yeah, y'all, get hyped. Get hyped. Week 1 is right around the corner. Well, it starts Thursday. But for Carolina, starts Sunday. Let's get this home win against the Cleveland Dukies. Let's get started on the right foot. Revenge game for Baker Mayfield. His first regular season game. Starting quarterback for Carolina Panthers. Let's get it done, y'all. Let's get it done. Let's do this. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing a reaction video after the game. Cool stream. I can't wait. 2 days. Let's go. NFL, baby. That's right. Let's do this. It's going to be good. It's going to be good and probably a very interesting season. But we will see what happens. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell while you're at it. And thank y'all so much for watching. This has been a love the NFL since 2008 over here in the UK. Oh, well, let's keep that streak going. But until next time, for another Carolina Panthers talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the 2, rocking the Carolina Panthers blue, white, and a little bit of black. I am your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Everybody have a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video. Behave yourselves, and I love you. Peace.